Okay, in this video you get a nice break from all those boxes and factoring. It's pretty refreshing, it's a quick assignment. Now, let's say there's a number x that when I take it to the second power, that means take it times itself is 9. Well, you should know right now just by looking at that, that's a 9. Sorry about the crappy vision. Okay. Okay, you should know by looking at that what the answer is. I'm sorry. Okay, at least one of the answers. There's 2. What number times itself is 9? Well, 3. So there's my first answer. Because 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, I don't know why there's a negative there. But now, the second answer is negative 3. And the reason why it is because if you take negative 3 times itself, well, that's also 9. Okay? So, and that's kind of what you're doing today on today's assignment. Now, some of them you can't do in your head like that, but there's another way. And you notice how you don't have a lot of room because you don't need a lot of room. Okay, change that to a 127. Why? Because I said so. Okay. Okay, so when I look at that equation, true, there's 2 answers, but now you need to start paying attention so you don't have to do more work than you have to. You only have the x squared. It's x squared only. Okay, so from now on, when I see x squared only, as long as there's not another x, I'm going to use the old school box and isolate method. So I have minus 3, so we add 3. So 5x to the second power equals 130. Now, normally then what I do is I divide by the 5, and you need to do that. X to the second. 130 divided by 5 is 26. Now, I'm guessing you don't know what number times itself is 26. It's probably close to 5 because that's 25, but you need to find the actual answer. So when you have a second power in an equation that you don't know what it is, the opposite of a second power is a square root. Okay? So I find the square root of 26. And just as we suspected, it's really close to 5. So 5.09. Take it from 0.09 to 0.10. Okay? So 5.10. And the other answer is negative 5.10. Okay? Okay, my next problem, again, there's 2 answers. And in this equation, we got the x to the second, but that's the only one I have. So we're going to use this, box that up. The x at second power, and then the number in front, and then we minus 2. Okay, so I have negative 7x to the second power equals negative 196. Now divide by the negative 7. And x to the second equals, so I take negative 196 divided by negative 7, and that's 28. Okay? So I need to find the square root of 28. Okay? So I square root 28 on the calculator, and it's 5.29, but it also could be negative 5.29. And what you'll see a lot of people do is they'll write x equals, and they'll put plus minus, because they know any square root could have a positive or negative 5.29. Okay? That's what you'll see a lot. I don't usually do that a lot, but you do see other teachers do it quite a bit. Okay, now the next one, there's 2 answers, and I have x squared only, okay? So when I have only one kind of x, I'm going to use the old school method. I'll just square root at the end, okay? So I have 3x to the second power equals 54, and then I'm going to divide by 3. So x to the second power, that's 18, and then I find the square root of 18. Now there's no number times itself, whole number times itself that gives you 18, so it's probably a decimal. Okay, you're always going to get a long decimal like that. You just have to round it to the nearest hundredth. So 4.24, and the other one's negative. Okay, next one, there's 2 answers. So box that up. Now this one I don't have to add or subtract. I just go right away and divide by 4 because x to the second is 20, so there's no adding or subtracting to undo. But we need to undo the second power with a square root, because second power square roots cancel. Then I find what the square root of 20 is. Okay, so x is 4.47. Could also be negative. Okay, I'm not sure why, but I'm going to do these. Okay, there's two answers. Okay, you got x to the second only. Okay, so I'll put a 1 in front, just box it up. So I've got, I think that was a minus 4. Yeah, it was a minus 4, so plus 4, plus 4. So I've got 1x to the second power equals 180. Okay, you don't really need to divide by 1, but you do need to find the square root of 180. So, oh, by the way, these calculators, you go second and you hit this button right here. Okay, second, and then hit your x to the second power button, because it does the opposite of the second power, which is a square root. That's why you hit second. So that's 13.42 and negative 13.42. I kind of didn't do a very good job on the first few problems of running that bio. Okay, x to the second only. Okay, so there's two answers, but if I have x to the second only, that's good. I don't have to go through all that boxing crap. You do if you have like x squared and x, but okay, so minus 3. Minus 3, so negative 2x to the second power equals negative 24. Divide. So x to the second power equals positive 12. Okay, and then I just need to find the square root of 12 to find what number times itself gives me that 3.46. So 3.46 and negative 3.46. Okay, again, x is second, so two answers. So minus 2, this one can actually be done in your head, as you'll see, equals 16. Divide by 4, x to the second equals 4. Now, what number times itself is 4? Probably 2. So 2 and negative 2. Because 4 is a perfect square, so I'm able to figure that out kind of in my head. A lot of these other ones were not perfect squares. So, okay, and there's x squared only. Okay, they all have x squared only, so we need to get in this groove here. Plus 6, I'm minus 6, minus 6. So negative 3x to the second power equals negative 30. I divide by negative 3. And x to the second power equals 10. By the way, the answer is not 5. 5 times itself is not 10. Okay, then I find the square root of 10, and I get 3.16. So I could get 3.16, but also a negative. Okay. Okay, that's all I have to say on that. Hope it's been informative and not too hard, really. Okay.